What's up, everybody? This is Tiana from Straight from the Crates. Today we are talking about Thriller by Michael Jackson. So let's just get right into it. So, for me, when I was listening to this album, I was just like, well, with adult ears, because I've heard the album a million times. I know all the songs, but it's just like, who exactly is Michael Jackson trying to be? And everybody's always like, this is the greatest album of all time. But it's like, nobody ever asks, what kind of man is this album actually like showing us? And I can guarantee that it is not Michael Jackson who we are hearing, or who's or his personality, because when I was listening to Thriller, I didn't hear any consistency. All I heard was confusion and performance. And I guess we can say that is Michael Jackson in a nutshell, as his normal self, somebody who's confused and not really knows how to perform. But that's all we get. It's not like the greatest artistic album or performance of all time, because all we hear, what I hear, is a man who doesn't even know who he's supposed to be. So I think in the album, or what I'm hearing, is that Michael's trying to be all of the men. And before the people who watch me, some of the people who are quite sensitive when I mention male and female dynamics, I'm not saying that this is who Michael Jackson is or who Michael Jackson isn't, and this is not attacking any men. I'm just saying this is the man that he created, because this album isn't just about music. It's like for me, it's a character study of a man who's toxic, one who's quite needy, definitely performative, and low key manipulative. And the weirdest part is it's wrapped up in some of the best production, songwriting, and marketing that we've ever heard. And we're able to take it. This album goes down real nice and smooth. But what he's actually doing in these songs, that's a totally different conversation. This whole album, to me, is an on again, off again relationship where the man is just emotionally torturing this woman, but convincing her to stay. And it's just not stable. And it feels like Michael on the album is just being good enough. He's just being charming enough, confusing enough that this lady, she doesn't even never really leave. And then here comes Thriller, basically saying, "Yeah, there's crazy men out here. You should choose me." And it's just like, sir, Michael, you are the crazy man. He is crazy. And with that all being said, let's get down with the review, going through these songs. So, want to be starting something, and that song immediately goes right into chaos, mess, drama, and rumors. He's already a toxic individual, but instead of leaving, he just stirs up the pot. So now, when I'm listening, I'm like, do you want peace or do you want stimulation? So that's my take on starting something. And then we move on to Baby Be Mine or The Girl Is Mine. This is when the first switch up happens. Now you're met with a sweet, soft, ooh baby, you're mine, the possessive but polite person. And this is the phase where you're like, okay, maybe he's not that bad. Girl, just give it a hot 2 weeks. And then right after that, we're moving on to Beat It. And I feel like this one here is the song on the album that means the most. This is like, he's insecure wearing his red little jacket, but now other men are watching him. And now his masculinity's on the line. Now it's, don't be no punk, don't be soft, or you're soft, or you ain't a manly man. So what do? And this is when Michael is in his element, or so he thinks. Like, I'm about to put on a show. I'm gonna show them who's bad. And we see that he's got two other albums that go along with this persona that specifically embed it. He's performing hardness, toughness, being that guy, but it's not natural at all. And the funny part is Michael runs with this for so long. And I think this is who he really wanted to be, like a respected masculine male presence. But it's like, what do you have to prove, dude? We like you. Like, you are Michael Jackson. You're very entertaining. You don't gotta be this bad, tough dude. But anyways, I digress. Then we go on to Billie Jean. And it's like, here we go again on this roller coaster. Now the consequences are showing up. The woman saying, "This is your child." And he's like, "No, no, it's not." Like, total denial. He's distancing. That baby ain't mine. It is like, so as a woman, it's like, I'm confused now. Like, you want control, you want me to have your attention. I thought you wanted me. Then now this responsibility's here and you're gone. And it's just like, it's totally outrageous. But I guess, to be honest, and during this time period, this was quite common. But the question is, would Michael act like this? Like, why is this song on the album? Would he do something like that? Did he do something like that? It doesn't seem genuine. So now we move on to Human Nature. And I think this is like the slickest song on the album, because now everything is excused or gets excused. It's like, why? Tell them that it's human nature. So this is what it's like this is what we're doing. Now the emotional roller coaster that he's taking us on is just normal. Now it's like the inconsistencies is just, this is how people are. It's like, no, that's not human nature. That is behavior. And I love that this song is just, it's beautifully executed. The notes are hitting real well. Like, the song is just beautiful, but it's totally toxic and filled up with excuses. So now we've moved on to PYT, and bam, or boom, just like that, we're back up. We're having fun, energy, we're flirting. And this is like a reset button or something. This is how those cycles that people talk about in relationships, that's how these things keep going. Because I feel like this woman was about to leave, or did leave. And now here he comes turning this charm back on again. And that's whack. So we're going to jump into, I kind of went all over the place with the album. Like, I didn't go on exactly all the order because I didn't wanted to talk about Thriller a little longer. So let's give this Thriller part a couple minutes, all right? Because you know, it's the most popular song and it's the title of the album. So, excuse me. So everybody's been calling, Thriller a Halloween song for decades, but I feel like everybody's missing the picture. Like, who is Michael Jackson in this story? He's not the hero. He's not the victim. He is, in fact, the monster. Straight up from the jump. He positions himself as this protector. You're fighting for your life. The monsters are coming. He's guiding this lady, leading her through fear. But then the twist hits. It's like he becomes a thing she should have been afraid of the whole time. Like, in Thriller, Michael represents a very specific type of man. A man that's charming, reassuring, who makes you feel safe. The person who's like, yeah, baby, I got you. But behind all that, he's totally unpredictable. He's hiding something. He is the danger. And in the final scene, when they're in that room and they close the door and when they get ready to close the door and his eyes change and turn yellow back into the monster, that ain't horror. That's complete betrayal. And that is what I interpreted as what women were being sold at that time versus what men were allowed to be in that specific era. Because there's artists like Anita Baker whose albums came out at the exact same time, and she was expressing safety, stability, earning love, waiting on a man, nurturing and building. And Michael Jackson's Thriller just it totally is the complete opposite. It's saying the man you trust is the one who's going to harm you or might harm you. But it's real subtle, and it's like it's not loud and it's not obvious, and that's why I feel like when we listen to it, we most people I think missed that, or at least I missed it. And it's like I didn't see that coming, and I think we don't even have to call this toxic because this was programmed from the jump. Like Michael, he's controlling the emotional tone of the situation. He leads her through fear instead of removing her from it. He becomes the fear in the end and then smiles. And I feel like the smile is the key because he doesn't regret any of the things that are happening in this scene. Like it's totally enjoyed everything that happens. So I feel like while when you listen to like Anita Baker, women are being taught to wait for love, nurture love, trust love, and Thriller was saying something completely different. And that sometimes, the man you feel safest with is just the best actor in the room, honestly. So let's move on. The next song is The Lady in My Life. And we're gonna end this on a soft note. Michael's promising love, intimacy, but at the same time, it still doesn't feel peaceful. It feels just like an apology. Like I know I just put you through the roller coaster. I didn't took you through hell, but I do love you. And it's like, are we supposed to trust you now? I don't think so. It's just like this album is full of fabrication, not the music, but of the man. Like this man that Michael's trying to portray, or five different men he's trying to play. The strong, toxic, desired man who's in control, who's also a little bit dangerous. Like everything society told men that they were supposed to be at that time. And like I said, it's like this was a performance. Like this was marketing. Like, and I don't think any of this was accidental. Like this is what happened when you got the image, when the media is involved, when you're being challenged, like your masculinity. Like I said, I think Michael's masculinity was being challenged, and then you have desire to be something. And I believe that's how this album like got put together. Like it's all mixed up. So the character, which is it's not my this is not Michael Jackson. This is a performance. It's so well executed. Like people never even questioned that this album is crazy. And this also is not Michael Jackson. This is just a straight up performance album. And I want to ask, like, who the hell is Michael Jackson trying to get? Like, seriously, what woman is this? What woman is trying? Who is he trying this hard to impress? And who told him that he had to be the tough guy? Who told him that he needed to be the lover man, the victim, the mystery man, the monster all at the same time? Because honestly, to me, that doesn't sound like a confident person. That sounds like somebody who you don't believe or who doesn't believe that he himself is actually enough. And that is why Thriller is so crazy. Like, it's a genius and iconic album, almost untouchable. But it is a real psychological roller coaster of a man, who, in my opinion, who's trying to become something that he has might never be or has can never be. And somehow we just sang along. We just sang along. We all enjoyed it. So y'all let me know is if you listen to Thriller now and you actually really listen, get the lyrics and see what Michael's talking about, is it still the greatest album like ever made? Like production wise, yeah, I think in my opinion, yes, I think it's great. But I want to put this album on like one of the most toxic albums, or also the fakest album ever, because this whole persona or multiple personas are not Michael at all. He only wrote Wanna Be Starting Something. He didn't even write 98% of the songs on the album. So this isn't him. This is just, I want to say, the best performance album of all time. You guys let me know in the comments. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.